lunatics have taken over the asylum, waiting on the rapture. Singing we to keep your prices down, feed you to the hounds, to the Daily Mail, together, together. You made a pig's ear, you made a mistake, paid off security, got through the gate. You got away with it, but we're lying
All right, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to another We've Read the Documents live stream. I'm your host, John Brisson. Today with me, I have my research partner and fellow brother in Christ, S90, with me. S90, are you there?
I am. Hello, everybody.
Hope everybody's doing well out there as you can. I want to thank Mark from Houston Tonic Live for backing up this video for me in case I could not stream it from the interestingly named YouTube channel One World, One Family, which was a rebroadcast of Think Tank 2022 Rally of Hope 7 by the Unification Church. I see former Mooney's Carl Hassel and Ed Kaufman in the chat. Shout out to the both of y'all. And so today we're going to discuss the Rally of Hope 7 put forth by the Unification Church and Mother Moon. And, I guess to give a brief synopsis of the reason why we are against the Unification Church, and I'd hope to have Ed Kaufman on sometime to discuss the numerous issues and connections between the world order, especially the Council for National Policy, kind of the love and light world order. I would love to have a discussion with him to bring this information more to the forefront. But just to give a brief synopsis of the reasons why I am against the Unification Church personally. Now, as a Christian, the Reverend Sung Mung Moon, he is a blasphemer, and that he stated that Jesus Christ felt his mission on the cross, whom Jesus Christ said, it is done. And that since he was killed and that he was not the Son of God, and that Moon would finish his mission by reuniting the Christian church, which is ecumenicalism, reuniting the faiths of the world, which is universalism, and reuniting the people of humanity under Mother and Father, which was him and Mother Moon. So yes, he was a blasphemer. He was a antichrist, not the antichrist, but a antichrist. So from a Christian perspective, all of these evangelicals, these phony evangelicals, and people in the CMP who claim to have Judeo-Christian values, of course, if they're true Christians, it'd be Christian values, would not want to unequally yoke or have any involvement with the Reverend Sun Myung Moon, Mother Moon, any spinoffs of the Moons with what's the ammunition cult that the Moon Kids abandoned? I did a show on them. S90. Do you remember offhand?
No, I think it's just referred to as like the Church of the Assault Rifle or something. I'll go look it up.
I don't remember offhand. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on that. But yeah, so just based off of that and that alone, we should have no affiliation with the Unification Church if you are a Christian.
World Peace and Unification Sanctuary Church.
No, it's the other one. Maybe Ed can help me in the chat. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on it. AR-15 cult. Man, hold on.
Yeah, that's what's coming up when I search it. It just says World Peace and Unification Sanctuary in Newfoundland, Pennsylvania.
Okay, yeah, that is it. Okay, my apologies. Rod of Iron Ministries. Thank you, Ed.
Yes.
So yes, but there's more. Now, granted, that's enough. That's truly enough. That they're damnable. But if we're talking about the earthly, carnal things, it would be help starting through funds, the Council for National Policy, and Tim LaHaye. It would be drug running and being involved in the Ron-Contra affair of the drugs out of Central America. It would be, just their involvement of all those Latin American death squads in the guise of fighting communism and setting up anti-communism front groups in the United States that claim they're anti-communism, but they're facilitating death squads. There's a lot of horrific acts. Ruined many families, destroyed many families, human trafficking, drug trafficking, just the worst of the worst. So, yeah, the Unification Church is anything but that title. And they're still going on today with Mother Moon, and I believe that they are part of the one world religion of love and light. A lot of conspiracy theorists have discussed the United Nations and, Bill Cooper himself with the Meditation Room and the Lucis Trust. And this is just another continuation of that, and as always has been a staple and a part of this. So you should ask yourself, why the Council for National Policy, if they're such good Christian folks, why would they take money from the Unification Church? Unification Church, of course, bailed out Jerry Falwell and Liberty University, as well as founded the Washington Times, the Mooney Times, like Falun Gong and the Epoch Times, two cults running two different newspapers, pushing propaganda. So here we are. Here we are with the Rally of Hope 7, and some very interesting people spoke at this Rally of Hope. S90, you got anything to add?
No, let's play it if you want.
All right, so let's play the opening for a minute. Let's get a gist of what's going on.
동난이 일어났습니다. 어떻게 세계에 알려지지 않은 작은 나라의 동난에 유엔의 16개국이
16 UN member states really send their forces all that way, so we already got the UN, but I thought the CMP hated the UN.
전할 수 있었을까요? 그들이 소원했던
Hope to see a peaceful, unified Korea.
것도 통일 한국이었습니다.
Newt Gingrich. Mike Pompeo.
Mike Pence in the top left,
yeah,
is that?
Pence,
Or
Pence.
is...
Oh, Sarah Gilbert, the creator of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine for COVID.
I thought that was bad though.
The DNA viral vector. What is she doing there? I just don't know what
Curious.
to say. And all of those liberals and progressives who covered this Rally for Hope 7 and 6 on Twitter, like Jim Stewartson, for example, they never mentioned Sarah Gilbert was at both Rally of Hopes. Huh. I guess trust the science.
I would like to express my sincere appreciation and congratulations.
Think Tank 2022 Chairman H.E. Ban Ki-moon, 8th UN Secretary General. Again, I thought the conservatives and the Council for National Policy hated the UN, but why are they yoked with the UN? I'm so confused. I don't understand S90. I don't get this.
On the successful launch of the Think Tank 2022, where 2022 eminent leaders have gathered from around the world to show their support for the establishment of Heavenly United Korea.
Oh no. Oh no, S90, not Donald Trump. Anything but
Oh,
Donald
no.
Trump. I thought he was a strong Christian. I'm so confused. I don't understand.
Jose Emmanuel Barroso,
I thought,
president of the European Union.
I thought Trump was such a strong Christian. Why is he at the Unification Church? Why is he there with the UN? Why is he there with the European Union? What is going on?
It's his jab, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was taking praise for it earlier today again.
Hmm.
That if he was president, so many people would be getting the jab. So many people. So many people. So many people. Okay. But I digress. There of a heavenly unified Korea, which North and South reunite through interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universally shared values. Look, yes, it would be nice to have a unified Korea, like there's a nice to be a unified Germany, okay? But these people ain't gonna cause it to happen.
Yeah, and this universally shared values is just a joke as well.
Oh yeah,
Like-
universally shared values of love and light.
I thought it was all about like liberty and freedom and all that jazz, you know, you get to be who you want to be, but no.
No, just making money, the almighty dollar, as they say. Mammon.
Yeah. Behave the way we tell you to behave. They're both sides are the same.
Oh, very much so.
So this is taking place at
Go ahead.
This is taking place at Cheongshim World Peace Convention Center in Korea. And I found it interesting when I was researching the building, the construction of that building. What was his name? Ibert, the architect who designed it. Just checking one sec here. Oh, come on. Now I can't find it. Architect. Don Iberg. He runs Don Iberg Architecture. He also designed the Davos Convention Center. I just thought that was an interesting little coincidence.
Oh, you mean the DeVos family that are all Council for National Policy members, and Dick DeVos
Yes.
and Betsy DeVos and Eric Prince?
Yes.
Oh, say it's not so, S90.
Oh, it is. It's on his website. It's under his like top 5 favorite creations next to Cheongshim World Peace Center.
Oh, that seems about right. Okay, oopsie.
Yeah. I'll link that in the chat. One sec.
Okay, so let's play a little bit more of this, and then I'm going to move on to the next interesting tidbit of this Rally for Hope nonsense.
남과 북이 민주화 공산으로 갈리면서 6.25 동란이 일어났습니다.
So we got the Korean War.
어떻게 세계에 알려지지 않은 작은 나라의 동란에 유엔의 16개국이 참전할 수
Oh, hold on.
있었을까요?
Some actually read.
이었습니다.
Went back.
150년에 남과
Oh, it's just
북이
playing it again. Okay, that's interesting. All right. So let's go to a part where I found this is I found to be quite blasphemous.
Think Tank 2022 Rally of Hope for Heavenly Unified Korea.
Moment of peace. Pouring the vows of the living waters between all of the
It
religions.
is now time to have the peace offering. The peace offering will proceed in the order of an interfaith water ceremony and
Oh, this is a perversion of baptism if I've ever seen one S90. Oh boy!
Yeah, what can I say? We'll keep watching and we'll see what happens.
the reading of a declaration to heaven. In today's peace offering, representatives of 7 religious groups from Korea, Japan, and the United States will pray for the realization of a heavily unified Korea on behalf of religious groups around the world. First, the 7 religious representatives from the U.S. will enter. We have Dr. Luan Rouse, National Co-Chair of the American Clergy Leadership Conference, Dr. Tanya Edwards, Senior Pastor of the Pentecostals of Philadelphia Church, Reverend Monsignor Oscar Aquino, and Imam Muhammad Shahidullah, Professor of the Islamic History, and Swamiji Parameshanada of the Bharat Sevaskham Sangha, representing Hinduism, and Abbot Mahatwain Pukao, representing Buddhism, and as well as Dr. Kim Gi-hoon, Chairman of the Steering Committee of the World Christian Leadership Conference.
Shame! Universalism! Shame!
And he takes the center stage, the last guy.
Of course
there,
he does. The
yeah.
Unification Church
Yes.
guy. Of course he does. Shame on
Yes,
all
they
these
all
people.
bend the knee to him.
Shame! You will be judged. Hope you repent.
Next, we'll have the 7 religious representatives from Japan enter. We have Reverend Tokushu Murray, Chief representing Shinto, Reverend Taisha Nara representing Shinto, Venerable Waka Higashi representing Buddhism, Reverend Toru Miyahara representing Christianity, Dr. Yoshio Kawakami representing Christianity, and Mr. Humayun Amuga representing Islam, and Reverend Bangsami representing FFWPU. And now, the 7 religious reps from Korea will enter. We have Chairman Kang Hee-won representing Sang-Kyu-kwan, Chairman Choi Young-il representing Islam in Korea, and Pastor Choi Jong-pa representing Protestantism, and Mong
Oh, the Presbyterians and the Protestants in Korea. 29% of the Korean population are Christian. How dare they do this? Father, they do not know what they do.
Shin-won representing Buddhism, Chairman Lim
I don't know about that.
Poo-hui
I'm pretty
representing
sure
the
they know
Korea
exactly what they're
Religion
doing.
Association of Women, and Joint Chair
That's true. Maybe some of them do. However, maybe some of them don't. The mind control's thick, S90. The delusion is thick. The delusion
true.
is thick.
person
and that
Shin
happens
Hye-won
too.
representing Chun Do-kyo, and Lee Gi-sung, Director of Chun Shim-won representing FFWPU. First, we'll have the interfaith water ceremony. So all representatives from Korea, Japan, and the U.S.
Just
will
pause it
combine.
right
Please
here.
Oopsie. Hey, what's all that,
So-
S90? What's all that? This
Right.
is like universalism. This is like a one world religion.
Yeah, and so we've got a whole bunch of different things here. Most of them are pretty easy to tell what they are. I had to look up a few of them, like in the bottom left there. That is the Jamaica Muslim Center. That was easier to find. The green mosque in the right here, KMF, is the Korea Muslim Federation. And above that, the rainbowy thing and the red Sith-looking circle. I don't know what those are, and I can't find that. So if anyone in chat knows what those are, please tell us, because I cannot, for the life of me, find what those are. So most of them appear to represent whole religions, and then you've got little organizations just sort of jammed in there, like that JMC or that KMF. And then other ones are, sects of various religions as well.
Unification
right?
at the top, obviously.
Yes.
And then, of course, you have the
yes.
Star Renfram, the two crosses, one in blood, to represent false Christianity, in my opinion. And then you have various Muslim symbols, Buddhist symbols, various Shinto symbols. Of course, Aryanism down here, Hinduism. So yeah, it's look at all these one world religions coming together in a mock of the baptism, and the living waters all pouring their waters into one peace offering.
Combine your waters after I count to 3.
하나,
1, 2,
셋,
3.
합수.
Combine your waters.
Any thoughts before I move on?
Lame. Not really, just lame.
There's some magic being worked there for sure. There's some
Oh, for
inversion
sure.
magic being worked there for sure. So let's go to Trump's speech. Here we go. Let's play a little bit of the back before then.
Look at all the pretty lights.
탱크 2022를 대표하는 해외
So
지도자들의
now we'll be
기조연설을 듣는
listening to
시간을
keynote
갖도록 하겠습니다.
speeches from leaders
먼저 첫 번째
overseas representing Think Tank 2022.
제45대 미국
So
대통령
the first keynote address will be delivered by His Excellency Donald Trump, the 45th President of the United
His Excellency, God Emperor Trump himself, peace be upon him, at the helm of the one world religion of love and light, the Unification Think Tank Rally of Hope 7.
But he's a good Christian.
And as everyone knows,
Oh yes, look how great of a Christian he is, S90. He's such a Christian.
Such a
at a
good
Christian
yes.
organization and such at a Christian event. Oh, those
He will
evangelicals.
deliver us all from the left.
Yes, very much so.
You do not know of what you speak, John.
Oh, not at all.
during his presidency, President Donald Trump made significant efforts to denuclearize North Korea and achieve peace on the Korean peninsula. His 3 meetings with Kim Jong-un were a first in American history, and particularly after the meeting with Kim Jong-un in the DMZ in 2019, he became the first U.S. president to step on North Korean soil. And at that time, media headlines described President Trump's move as one of the most dynamic dramas of the 21st century. And the president in particular loved Washington Times, a conservative newspaper, so much that he said he was a true fan of the Washington Times.
So they say he made great effort to denuclearize Korea, but in reality, all he did, the only country he was trying to denuclearize was North Korea, right?
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
There's actually an interesting. I just wanted to bring something up with you. I'll send it to you in chat while you talk. But North Korea sent Trump a letter, and it's a massive letter that he holds up in front of him with a big smile on his face, and it looks just like a Masonic apron. One sec.
Oh, yes, please. Ed Cough in the chat. Pence equals Dominionism and Trump. Yes. Unification, Dominionism, one world religion all go together.
In addition, President Trump actively supports and praises Dr. Hak Ja-han-moon, the founder.
And remember, Paula White, Trump's spiritual advisor, want to mention that she also spoke at one of the previous rally of hopes. So,
of the Washington Times for her world-class peace movement and efforts to bring about peace on the Korean peninsula and the world. And last year, when the United States was divided into progressives and conservatives due to the U.S. presidential election, and when the country became chaotic with division and conflict, Dr. Hak Ja-han said to the American clergy, Christian clergy, forgive and become one. She also emphasized
S90 just sent this to me. Oh, look at that. Master Mason.
Oh, yeah, just scroll it down a little bit. Like, he even holds it over his. Oh, there's not. Okay. Anyway, there it is.
Master
he holds
Mason.
it in front of his waist too. So it doesn't mean anything, or does it? I don't know.
Honorable Master Mason Donald John Trump. So, not 100% confirmation, but interesting.
Yeah. But just interesting. Yeah.
The need to return to the fundamental founding spirits of the United States blessed by heaven. So she also delivered this message to President Donald Trump. So ladies and gentlemen, please let us welcome President Donald Trump, who will now deliver us a priceless speech on heavenly unified Korea and the vision of peace.
Doesn't it look like the Capitol's on fire down here? As the God Emperor Trump takes back the helm.
Oh, I don't know. They do like their symbolism.
Oh, that's so bad.
It is a great and profound honor to address this 7th Rally of Hope and to speak to you today about a cause that is very close to my heart.
What, unification of church and state, or unification of all religions, or having universal shared beliefs, or maybe he's just there to talk about the jabbity jab, jibba jabba doo.
The dream of peace and unity on the Korean Peninsula. I want to thank the Universal Peace Federation, and in particular, Dr. Hawk Jahan Moon, a tremendous person, for her incredible work on behalf of peace all over the world.
Yes, Mother Moon has done tremendous work, you guys. Tremendous work. Subverting the world.
Yeah.
And subverting Christianity. But, you know. Oops.
Her story of escaping from North Korea at 5 years old, at the outset of the Korean War, is an amazing example of the power of faith in Almighty God.
Which God? Not my God. Not God the Father of Jesus Christ. Which God, Trump? Which God you talking about? Because you ain't talking about my God. You ain't talking about my God. You ain't talking about S90's God. No. Who's the God you talking about? You ain't talking about God the Father. Who are you invoking? I really want to know. And the Christians that listen to this, shouldn't they know better? He's not talking about the God that we believe in. No. He's talking about some other God. Some foreign God. Satan? Baal? I don't know.
Kenneth in the chat says, was this filmed in a bathroom? And, you know, yeah, the quality is garbage. And it's not the re-upload that's garbage. It's the original.
Yeah, very much so. It's weird.
I also want to thank her late husband, Reverend Moon, for founding the Washington Times, an organization for which I have tremendous respect and admiration.
Bet you do.
Bet you do, Trump. Bet you do.
They have done an incredible job. I want to congratulate Dr. Moon on the launch of the new global initiative, Think Tank 2022, bringing together experts from around the world to focus on solving the conflict on the Korean Peninsula. As all of you know, the United States has a pivotal role to play in forging a lasting peace in Korea. One of my proudest accomplishments as president was to help create.
Which is great. Like, it would be great if they weren't at each other's throats. Don't get me wrong.
No, of course. Right? Yes, it's caused much strife against Korean people.
It's just an excuse to push this.
Yes, of course. Among other things. Ed Kaufman in the chat, Roy Cohn was Trump's mentor. Cohn offered his legal services to the Moon Organization in the 1970s. Of course he did.
Yeah, he did.
Of course he did.
For a brighter future for all Koreans, North and South, a path by which the divisions and hardships of the past might one day be healed and really healed, and to a level that nobody thought possible before, and the entire peninsula might achieve its true potential, which is incredible. When I came into office, this situation facing the world was very, very bleak. For decades, past leaders had failed to address the growing threat of conflict in that part of the globe. Former President Obama even told me that the situation on the Korean Peninsula was one of his biggest concerns in the entire world. Looking back today...
So Obama and Trump actually agreed on something?
It is easy to forget how dangerous the situation was when I was elected. Missiles were flying, nuclear weapons were being tested, and powerful threats were being issued every single day.
So scary. So scary. So very scary. So scared.
As president, I knew that I could not simply sit by and wait for this problem to get worse. Every administration before me had failed, and that's why I was determined to pursue a different approach. Under my leadership, the United States adopted a policy of unprecedented strength, doing more than any
Peace through strength, Ronald Reagan, also under the Moonies, Unification Church, God's for National Policy.
prior administration to ensure that America and its allies could always protect our citizens. The United
Yes, John Galt, this happened on September 11th in the United States when Trump spoke. September 11th, the evening of September 11th.
States took an
September
unyielding
12th.
Well, September 12th in Korea, but September 11th, when he was doing this.
Yes. It was the 11th in America.
Yes.
stand militarily, diplomatically, and economically. We made it clear to all that we would never be threatened with nuclear weapons. And as many of you will remember, the rhetoric got very, very tough, nasty, and mean. Yet at the same time, from the very beginning, I always left the door open for engagement and dialogue. I knew that while any leader can wage war, it takes true courage to pursue a chance for peace. I believe that leaders should never be afraid to talk if there is an opportunity to create a better world for their people. Central to the bold diplomacy my administration pursued were our close partnerships with our allies, South Korea and Japan. President Moon and Prime Minister Abe both deserve enormous credit. They did a fantastic job. Together, over the 4 years, we made more progress than anyone thought possible. We passed several unprecedented and unanimous resolutions through the United Nations Security Council.
Because I'm pretty sure, didn't North Korea just launch a missile in the last couple days as well?
Again?
Yeah, I saw it a couple days ago, I think. I'll go look it up while we play it.
Remember, Trump and the United States worked directly through the United Nations Security Council, but I thought we were done with the UN. I thought we were defunding the UN. I thought the UN was evil.
Yeah, except for when it supports their plan, I guess.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry about that. Apologies.
We brought our hostages back home. So importantly, and I'll say it again, we brought our hostages back home. And we worked with North Korea to bring back the remains of our fallen heroes to American soil. In 2018,
one day ago, North
I
Korea
became the
tests new
first
long-range
American
missile.
president ever to sit down with the leader of North Korea when I met Chairman Kim Jong-un in Singapore. There, we established a productive relationship and we agreed to critical goal, and it was indeed a very critical goal, of complete denuclearization, the most important word that you'll ever hear. In 2019, I became the first American president to set foot in North Korea when we met again at the DMZ. Although it became clear in our second summit in Hanoi that North Korea was not yet ready to make a deal, I remain full of hope for the future. To this day, Chairman Kim has kept the promise he made to me in Singapore that there would be no more long-range missile launches or nuclear weapon testing.
Ed Benton mentioned in the chat, Korean Moonie Ani Durst worked in Japan for World War II war criminal Nobusuke Kishi. In 1960, the speaker after Trump will be Kishi's grandson, Shinizobu Abe.
North Korea has not conducted a major weapons test since 2017. And for the sake of the entire world,
You mean until yesterday?
I hope that continues. Over the past year and a half, a global pandemic has ravaged the planet. Sadly, the Korean Peninsula and many other places around the earth were hit very, very hard. The virus has caused immense suffering to all of our people. As we emerge from this pandemic that has tragically claimed so many lives, we pray that all sides can recognize that now is not the time for more conflict, but for cooperation. It is not the time for renewing hostilities. It is the time for replenishing hope. And it is not the time to be focused on building up our nuclear stockpiles, but to be focused on building up our nations to make a better and more beautiful world. I truly believe that an extraordinary future awaits the people of North Korea, and I have faith that if they pursue the path of denuclearization, they will make that future a magnificent reality. Until that blessed day comes, the indispensable force for peace on the Korean Peninsula remains a strong America. As we have seen recently in other parts of the world, weakness only invites more violence and chaos. The task for all of us who pray for peace on the Korean Peninsula is to ensure that our nations are not only great in power and rich in wealth, but even more, we must be strong in spirit. Every nation must summon the will to protect its citizens, its allies, and to leave a better future for our citizens. These
just platitudes and how great of a president he was in ensuring peace and fear the nukes and the coronavirus, but what a great job I did. I'm surprised he didn't mention the vaccine. Hashtag vaccine president. Fear, hope. It's just it's ridiculous. Speech is ridiculous.
These are the forces and values that inspire change, that move countries, and make history that ultimately lead to peace. As I have argued many times before, if we want peace, we must have patriots.
Comment, S90?
No, not yet. Let's let him keep
As
it
I have
going.
argued many times before, if we want peace, we must have patriots. I call that a dog whistle.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You
But I
listen,
want to
you
see where this is
listening out
going.
there, you new age QAnon believers? Come here, boy. Come here. White hats, patriots. Come here.
And we must honor the God-given rights to life.
God-given rights. Your God-given rights.
Where does it say in the Bible you have rights?
America! Fuck yeah! The founding fathers of the greatest ever. I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all nations and people everywhere.
The world order of the love and light. Right there. Patriots. Taking it back. Stand ready. Stand guard. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Over the last 4 years, my administration proved that there is no limit to the progress that can be achieved when the patriotic and peace-loving nations of the world stand proud.
He keeps saying patriotic. Oh, man. Oh, so good.
Confident and united on behalf of their people. 4 years ago, I had the great honor of visiting the city of Seoul and addressing the Korean National Assembly, and a great honor it was. As I told the people of South Korean Republic that day, and I will tell them again and anytime they want to hear it, what they have achieved on the peninsula is just amazing. In a few decades, the inspiration that they've caused for the entire planet is unbelievable. And I congratulate you again and again. In less than one lifetime, they took a war-torn land and turned it into one of the great nations and great democracies of the world while standing as America's friend and ally.
A great democracy, but not
democracies.
but not the greatest democracy or ally. S90.
No, there's only one greatest ally.
Great, but not greatest. So.
Their example reminds all of us who strive for peace and for a better future that we should never give up and never, ever lose hope. With faith in God and love of our fellow citizens, let us work together to achieve a brighter and more brilliant tomorrow. Thank you. God bless you all.
Which God?
Not our God. Not our God.
And it's funny, too, how he calls on patriots and whatnot, but they're talking about, like, dissolving borders and all that stuff and making everyone one, so...
Yeah, what about
counterintuitive.
what about North Korea's nationalism? They can't have nationalism because it's evil nationalism. Only South Korea, because it's a democracy, is able to have their nationalism. I thought Trump was a nationalistic president for all nationalism. So, Something to bring up. Something to bring up. That was, oh boy, that was rough. That was an address of the commander at the helm, right? The best address ever. It's the best. It was the best. It was huge.
It's pretty weak, to use a Trumpism, I guess.
No, it was not his best. It was not his best. But the QAnon operation is going to extract some sound bites out of that and not tell them. It's going to go along with the QAnon 1,000 years of peace, New Age of Love and Light, horse crap, the Age of Aquarius, bull crap. Yes, that was a book, the QAnon and 1,000 years of peace, equating it to the millennial reign of Christ.
Well, and why do you think they have the interfaith water ceremony if not Aquarius, right?
Oh, there you go. An version of the baptism.
Rocky Shepherd in chat says democracy is mob rule, and that's why he's right. And that's why I said, yes, greatest of democracy. It's not anything anyone really wants. It's just tyranny of the majority. Democracy is crap.
Old World Order, which is divine right of kings. You got New World Order, where man is king, man is God, and he has the right to rule democracy. They each have their pros and cons, but yeah, there's a reason why it was set up in the Old World and the corruption of the New World, just saying.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your dedication to peace on the Korean Peninsula.
Those clapping emojis are all racist. They're all
world.
white hands.
여러분,
Ladies and gentlemen, let us express again our great gratitude with a thunderous round of applause to President Donald Trump for his precious speech. The next keynote speech will be given by Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who served.
Now, S90, what was one of the other countries that was very big in the QAnon operation and it being pushed there? What country might that be?
Oh yeah, was it Japan? I think it was Japan.
You sure about that?
I think it was.
Happened down there in the land of the rising sun. You sure about that?
I think so. Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. You and I have covered it.
And all that Shawana stuff was big there too. Big in Japan, if anyone remembers that song.
Oh, very much so. So interesting that Shinzo Abe, the nationalist Trump best bud, Love and Light World Order Prime Minister of Japan.
As a side note, I think we should cover, I found a very interesting Japanese cult instruction manual video that we should cover sometime, and we should really show people what's going on in Japan, of all things.
Oh, wait, you mean...
A lot of theosophy.
You mean there's...
The law... Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it's pretty entertaining.
Just to give a little bit, you mean there's a little bit of love and light being combined with the Council for National Policy and the Republicans over here in the United States being pushed over there in Japan, a little bit of theosophy with a little bit of their QAnon,
Oh, it's not a little bit of theosophy.
Oh.
It's like theosophy 2.0. It's the most ridiculous nonsense I've ever seen in my life.
So it's a spoonful of sugar to make the poison go down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's everything turned up to 11. It's crazy. We'll watch it sometime. It'll be enjoyable.
Shout out to one of the Japanese QAnon believers. We found your channel a long time ago when we were looking up the sort of Shenandoahs. And you wrote a rocking song about Trump and almost being a Gundam. If you ever do hear this, if this is ever translated in Japanese, dude, you rock, first of all. And second, please realize that you've been fooled, okay? Please, if you ever hear this, I felt bad for you, man. I really did. I mean, it was just some Japanese dude in his garage with his motorcycle.
Yeah, I prayed for him. I hope he's doing well.
Me too.
Right.
I hope he's doing well, too. And I hope he doesn't fall for this nonsense. My heart goes out to that guy. I felt bad for him.
Yeah. People getting played, man. People getting played.
Oh, very much so. We should not forget that. That there are operatives and there's opportunists, right? But there are true believers in this who become swayed by a grand illusion, which is a QAnon operation in this new age of love and light. And maybe it does become the world religion of love and light. Maybe this is the birth pangs of the Book of Revelation. It does become the Book of Revelation. All right, but we do have to have long suffering and patience for these people. And yes, sometimes I get angry, sometimes I get haughty, sometimes I mock But we do have to have long sufferance and patience, as James said. Quick to listen. He said, quick to hear. No, yeah, quick to hear. Let me look it up. Go ahead, S90 for a minute.
No, I don't have anything to add yet. I just want to point out that Shinzo Abe resigned in June of 2020 because of ulcerative colitis that had relapsed. So I don't know. Could be an excuse. I don't know.
James 119 understand that wherefore my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. So yeah, maybe we should do that with some people who are still trapped in a grand delusion, the QAnon operation, the Trumpettes. You know, they're not going to listen to you if you come at them in anger.
No, they're just going to think you're one of them.
Outlaw Country says, rest in peace, Norm MacDonald. You will be missed. Yes, I was a fan of Norm's stand-up, and he did pass away today. So, all right.
Served as the 90th, 96th, 97, and 98th Japanese Prime Minister. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is a 9-term member of the House of Representatives, and he served as the 38th Secretary General of the Liberal Democratic Party, the 21st and 25th Party Presidents, and the 90th, 96th, 97, and 98th Cabinet Prime Minister. He is one of the representative political leaders of modern Japan who led the longest regime in Japanese constitutional history. And Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, particularly in the second regime for about 7 years and 8 months, especially promoted economic policies known as Abenomics, centered on financial mitigation and growth strategy to stabilize the economy and society. And at the same time, he played a major role for Japan to be part of the development of a democratic international community that shared values such as freedom, basic human rights, and the rule of law by leading the free and open Indo-Pacific strategy and the Trans-Pacific Strategic Economic Partnership. His grandfather, Prime Minister Kishino.
Wait, did they mention the TPP?
Rewind it. I think they might have.
Yeah, they mentioned the TPP. Huh, that's interesting. Huh. The TPP, if it would have been signed, actually would have strengthened us against the Belt and Road, possibly. Maybe, possibly, maybe. I know that's scandalous. Maybe, maybe not.
Scandalous.
Maybe. But if you really dig into it, maybe.
Busuke and his great-uncle, Prime Minister Eisaku Sato, were representative political leaders of the time who led the normalization of diplomatic relations between Korea and Japan in 1965. And his father, Shintaro Abe, known as Pro-Korea, served as the secretary of the LDP and the foreign minister. In other words, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is from a family representing Japanese politics. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe will deliver a keynote speech today in support of Dr. Hak Chan-moon's and UPF Think Tank 22 objectives for unifying the Korean Peninsula. Everyone, let's welcome Prime Minister Shinzo Abe for a warm round of applause.
ご出席の皆様、日本国前内閣総理大臣。
Good morning. I am Shinzo Abe, former Prime Minister of Japan. It is an honor for me to speak at this rally of hope hosted by UPF in the presence of the heads of state, parliamentaries, and religious leaders from 150 countries addressing today's problems. And engaging in dialogue on how to create a better world.
Better world for who?
For Satan.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in relation to the peaceful reunification of the Korean Peninsula. My hopes are high for Think Tank 2022, which is set... Oh, that was too fast. Hold on. That was too fast. Sorry about that, you guys. My hopes are high for Think Tank 2022, which is said to be launched at this time to play a significant role. Significant role in what? And honoring Dr. Hak John Han Moon and all of you, that's Mother Moon. I would like to express my profound thanks for your tireless efforts in resolving disputes in the world.
Doesn't seem to be working very well, does it?
No. While the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics were held among the ongoing pandemic. Shout out to Kevin McCarthy, your former prime minister, speaking to the Moonies. Shout out,
Poor
Commander.
Kev.
Commander.
Commander
Becoming
Raccoon.
a special historical event, and were safely concluded amid much hope and inspiration. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone around the world for their support. Despite numerous hurdles, including an unprecedented one-year delay, no athletes allowed to go outside the athletes' village and games held without spectators seeing athletes who attended the opening gave the world much-needed strength and inspiration, and I think we lit a path for the future. Sharing such inspirational moments transcending ideology, religion, ethnicity, nation, and race.
He does like the Jedi mind trick.
As he does the Illuminati diamond hand. Excellent hand.
Yeah, and both he and Trump are talking about lighting and brightness and illumination, like...
Enabled the world to once again realize the bond that unites humankind. And this is calling evil good. This is the Satan appears as the angel of light. Because all this stuff sounds great, right? But it's not what they mean.
Yeah, literally, like Satan will appear as a white hat. You'll think he's your savior to win you over.
Enable the world to once again realize the bond that unites humankind. Globally, people are experiencing anxiety over COVID.
Whoa, no way, really?
We are currently experiencing an abnormal situation.
As if they could tell from their ivory towers.
Where people are trying to decide whether totalitarian... Oh, crap. Hold on, that was very crucial.
Oh, boy, this is escalating quickly.
Did I? Okay, here we go. Now, here you go. This is the one... Shinzo Abe's speech is actually more revealing than Trump's is. By far, it's more. I think we will lit a path for the future. Sharing such inspirational moments transcending ideology, religion, ethnicity, nation, and race. Enabled the world to once again realize the bond that unites humankind. Globally, people are experiencing anxiety over COVID. Spirit of fear. We are currently experiencing an abnormal situation where people are trying to decide whether totalitarian states or democratic states are superior.
What the heck is this? I can't even. This makes me sick. Oh, my God.
Hey, what's up, you guys? How you doing in the chat? Anybody
How does
listening
chat
out
like
there?
that?
Yeah, you guys like that, huh? Because you got the totalitarian boot of the old world order on your neck squeezing the life out of you, and that velvet glove hiding the iron fist that Shinzo Abe and Donald Trump. Well, they're that velvet glove iron fist that grabs that guy's boot off your neck and picks you back up
and then slaps you across the face
and then chokes you out. Oh, this is calling evil good. This is calling evil good. I can't believe it that Shinzo actually gives you more of the playbook than Trump does. This is it.
That's crazy.
This is what people like Dr. June Knight, John from E511 Ministries, On Point Preparedness Mike, myself, among many others, have been warning you. This is the setup. The Great Reset leads to the Great Awakening. This is what this is. And he just announced it to the world.
And going back, he says democratic states. And so, both options are pure crap. Like, I don't want either of those.
Yeah. Are we truly free? Are we truly free?
Well, I don't want mob rule, and I don't want totalitarian rule.
No.
Like, forget this.
Human bonds can never be formed by force.
But they'll try.
Inspiration and sympathy must be voluntary, and the bond between people should be based on freedom and democracy.
That word again?
Some countries, including totalitarian and hegemonic regimes, are attempting
Oh my God, what's he gonna say?
to bring about change by force. Political maneuvering of this type should stop. Okay, look. All
right.
I agree, but not what they're bringing in. This is
No.
literally Revelation of the Method by Shinzo Abe, a member of the New World Order of Love and Light, the former Prime Minister of Japan, at the Moonies Rally of Hope 7, a universalist one-world religion satanic love and light conference, where Donald Trump just spoke, scaring everybody about nukes, war, and COVID. Trump bad cop, Shinzo good cop. Both are on the New World Order Love and Light, leaders of it. But look at Shinzo might as well be saying the White Hats are coming. The White Hats say it coming. You're going to be saved. They're going to be here any day now. Ridiculous.
I'm telling you, man, that the devil will wear a white hat to cover up his horns.
So bad. This is so bad. God help us all. Thanks to my advocacy for a free and open Indo-Pacific. This strategy has been adopted by the United States, Europe, and the world at large. For a free and open Indo-Pacific strategy, however, the Taiwan Strait must remain peaceful and stable.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Thus, the need for more solidarity between countries that share the values of freedom and democracy, such as Japan, the United States, Taiwan, and South Korea, is more pressing than ever. I appreciate UPF's focus on family values.
Death squads are family values now.
Death squads, drugs, pedophilia. As stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, a family is a natural and fundamental group unit of society. Look, that's true, but when the Moonies are saying it's freaking rich, it's rich. When Satan's telling you this, it's rich because he don't mean it. Good God. Let's beware of so-called social revolutionary movements with narrow-minded values.
Red Scare, Red Scare, Red Scare.
Let's be. History has always been moved by great passion for ideal in all ages. Oh, okay. That sounds like a new age. An ideal always finds itself confronted by barriers. Obviously, a fight will ensue.
But I thought fighting was bad.
Thoughts, S90?
But he said no fighting. I don't understand. How can he be so two-faced about all of this?
Old World Order fighting the New World Order.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
basically the divine right to rule, neo-feudalistic, versus kind of a communist scientific technocracy. Both sides will use technology to put the boot down on the people. Doesn't matter which side wins.
I don't even know what to say about this. This is further confirmation, and no one is going to watch this except for a handful of people.
Bet Erring in the chat said exactly what I was thinking. This sounds like a war declaration. I was thinking the same thing, and then he said it in chat, and so now I feel a bit more. This sounds like them basically openly declaring their intent to their opponents.
And aren't we under their isn't the tyranny or the boot that's on our neck right now is because of them and their little COVID and their genetic manipulation through the mRNA technology?
Well, I mean, I live in a different country where our leaders are on the other side. My quote unquote, he's not my prime minister, but he's not here.
That's not what I'm saying. But didn't the New World Order of Love and Light bring us this great technological advantage of gain-of-function testing and biowarfare?
I mean, I'm not so sure. I don't know who did this. I'm still not convinced either way on who did this, but it's obviously it's an operation, but I don't know with any, I can't say certain certainly
'Cause
who's
the old
caused
world
this and why they did it.
The old world order wants forever wars. The new world order wants biomedical tyranny.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. But yes, and that's what I'm saying is this could easily be a play. Okay, so if the new order released it to start their plan of biomedical tyranny, then that makes sense. And if the old world order released it to frame them and to the best way to screw up someone's plans is to destabilize their timeline. And so by preempting its release before they had all the pieces in place, you could easily screw up. The old order could easily screw up the new order biomedical tyranny by doing this before they were ready to do this. So I don't know which side is behind its release.
That's a good idea, and that's a good point. And just like the old world order steering the planes and the missiles, on 9/11.
That's an entire possibility too. And you have other issues to focus on as well, like Operation Infection, where Russia literally says, well, yeah, we were behind disseminating the information that HIV came from Fort Detrick. What narrative do we have over old crony now? Is that, it came from Fort Detrick. Well, that's the exact same play the Russians used in Operation Infection to blame HIV on the States.
Which I've talked about that. So it never
I don't know.
It never ends.
I can't say for sure who did this. I can't say for sure
That's
who did
true,
this.
and we can't.
Both
All we can do is
sides
speculate.
could gain.
Yeah, all we can do is speculate. Maybe they're both in on it. Maybe it's a friendly competition.
Yeah, and that's another thought I've had a long time is that even if there isn't one them and there's two them, they would have conflict behind the scenes, like a gentleman's war almost, where they agree not to expose one another, because by exposing the other side, you basically have mutually assured destruction.
And Mark from
Right?
Esoteric Lives talked about a lot of this on his channel. And it's an interesting hypothesis nonetheless. All right, let's continue.
Yes.
It is passionate fighters that have changed history. Oh, through revolutions, Abe? Really? Really? Okay. French Revolution, American Revolution, Bolshevik Revolution, Mao Revolution. Really? Okay. We would need passionate leaders if we're going to achieve solidarity between countries sharing freedom. And democracy, maintain peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, and achieve peaceful unification on the Korean Peninsula. These rallies of hope will give us much strength. Of that, I'm confident. Thank you very much.
No, thank you for revealing much more, Mr. Abe.
That's why I played it.
Yeah.
That's why I played it. There's the playbook. Trump and Abe gave you the playbook. Now let's see what Mother Moon has to say.
Ugh.
한반도의 평화 실현을 위해 지난 5월 9일 싱크탱크 2021을 발족하시고 정치, 경제, 종교, 문화, 예술, 언론 등 전 방위적 분야에서 신통일한 평화 비전을 제시하고 오늘 싱크탱크 2021을 중심으로 첫 번째 희망전진대회를 위한 귀한 특별 연설을 해주시기 위해 입장하신 산학자 총재님께 여러분 다시 한번 뜨거운 감사의 박수를 부탁드리겠습니다. 산학자 총재님께서 특별 연설을 해주시도록 하겠습니다. 모두 자리에 착석하시겠습니다.
평화를 염원하는 전
Beloved
세계
heads of state
지도자,
who yearn for
특히
peace, in particular with
2022에
relations to Think Tank
참석하시어
2022, I would like to
최고의
recognize
정상으로서
as the
7분의
great
기조연설을
and as a
참으로
model head of state, not just the 7 speakers who have
의미
come before,
깊게
but also
감사한 마음으로
His Excellency
경청했습니다.
Samdech Hun Sen, I have listened to all of the previous speakers with a heart of
이 시대가
gratitude.
바라는
And today in this
하늘
era,
섭리의 완성을 위해서
we have come to an important time, a
하늘이
time to
수고한
realize heaven's providence.
역사 가운데
And throughout human
여러분들이
history,
선택을 받은 입장에서
you have been specially chosen by heaven
세계 평화와
They've been specially chosen by heaven, S90. Trump and Ave, God Emperor Trump, Dominionism, New Apostolic Reformation. They all prophesied. Kim Clement prophesied Trump. It's ridiculous. It's all heresy. I'm tired of it.
신통일 한국을 영원하는
the heavenly unified Korea and the realization of world peace.
하늘이
There is a profound
The chat, Paula White's new friend. Yes, Paula White has spoken at one of the previous rallies of hope, spiritual advisor to Donald Trump, the Jezebelian, the personification of the spirit of Jezebel, New Apostolic Reformation teacher, the false teacher that she is.
meaning.
알아야 할 것입니다.
You need to understand that heaven is working with you.
창조주 하나님은
God the Creator
인류의
is
우리의
our
하늘 부모님이십니다.
heavenly parent.
어떻게 자녀되는 인류가
How is it
하늘
possible
부모님 앞으로
that
나아갈 수
humanity
없는
She can't even say Jesus, because if she did, she'd burst into flames and die right then on stage. She can't even say Jesus Christ.
She'd probably burst into flames if she said it.
God would strike her full of lightning right then and there and take her out and snuff her in front of all these people that hold her up as an idol.
Susan Rhodes in chat says, "Oh, you were so special." Typical cult talk. Yes,
Oh, very
exactly.
much so. You're divine.
You
You're
have
the
to
little
inspire.
little G.
You have to inspire the followers. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
She's not gonna say Jesus Christ.
No, and she wouldn't lift a finger to save any of these people. Notice how she comes after all the other speakers, right? She is the cherry on top. She's not the,
Jezebel rising.
She seems like, she's like the typical boss who leads from the back, right?
which stands in the
환경이
position
되어버린
of children before
오늘의
the heavenly
현상입니다.
parent. These children
그래서
cannot
나는 오늘
freely return to the bosom of
하늘
the
섭리로
parent,
본
the heavenly creator. That is why today
근세
I would like
인류 문명사와
to speak about
오늘이라는
the
제목으로 말씀을
recent
하고자 합니다.
history of the providence and today.
타락 이후
Following
하늘이
the human fall,
수고하시사
heaven worked tirelessly
2000년 전에
and
이스라엘
2000
민족을
years
통해서
ago through the people
예수
of Israel,
그리스도를 보내주셨습니다.
Jesus Christ
그는
came on the earth,
인류의
And
참
Christ
조상입니다.
came as a true ancestor for
메시아입니다.
humanity, a Messiah.
그러나
However,
안타깝게도
unfortunately,
그를 탄생시킨 마리아,
Mary, who gave birth to Jesus,
유대교,
Oh, she did. She did, but she's talking about Mary. Oh no, I was actually wrong. But she's gonna talk about Mary. Oh, she's gonna talk about Mary, aren't she? Semiramis. And look, it's the worship of Mary. That's the issue. All right. Mary was Jesus' mother. but it's the worship of Mary, the Mary worship that's instilled in the Catholic Church. Semiramis, Jezebel, many names, Queen of Heaven. Huh. So she did say Jesus, but in relation to Mary. So let's see what she says.
이스라엘 민족은
The people
참
of the time, the
주인을
Jewish leaders of the
몰라봤습니다.
time, and the people in
그들이
the
환경권이
vicinity of
되어서
Jesus did not recognize the true owner.
예수님께서는
They did not
참
become an
부모 자리에
environment
나아갈 수
where
있어야
Jesus could
했습니다.
ascend to the position of
그러나
parent.
그리 되지
However,
못하여
They could not
십자가에
form a
돌아가시며
foundation of support
다시
for Jesus,
오마했습니다.
and having
다시
no
와서는
foundation to stand,
어린 양
Jesus
잔치를
walked
하겠다
the path
하였습니다.
of the cross and prophesied that he would come again to host the marriage wedding of the Lamb.
예수님
But what do they mean by that? Because this isn't Christianity. This isn't the church. This isn't the remnant of believers. So what is this? Huh.
This is pandering to the major audience.
Mm-hmm.
님의 제자들과
The apostles
사도들에
of
의해서
Jesus and
기독교가 출발을
his
보게 됩니다.
followers worked to begin
초기에
Christianity. In the early days of the church,
이루 말할 수 없는
unspeakable
핍박을 받았습니다.
persecution had to be endured.
300년이
Oh no. Don't equate the persecution of the saints of the apostles. Don't you dare, Mother Moon. No. No, nope. Don't you dare.
지나서 로마에 공헌되며
After 300 years,
이태리 반도를 중심하고
centering
기독교가
on
출발을 하게
being
됩니다.
recognized by the Roman Empire, Christianity expanded
유럽
throughout
대륙을
the
거쳐
Roman Empire,
영국
going
섬나라까지 가
beyond continental Europe,
영국을
reaching the
통해서
British Isles,
대서양 문명권 시대를
Great Britain,
열었습니다.
a new era of the great
세계로
Atlantic civilization
나아갔습니다.
began.
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa.
That sounds like Duganism a bit. The
Are we-
Great Atlantic Civilization.
Are we getting British Israelism?
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. Focused right in on the British Isles, and maybe. Well, let's see.
So she equates persecution of the Unification Church weekly to the persecution of the apostles, right? And she talks about how the church combined with Rome, which was wrong. And then she jumps all the way to Christianity going to the British Isles. Am I missing something here?
Don't know. I don't think so. It's her own words.
All right.
Christianity
그러나
expanded to the world.
그들은
However,
예수님의 본질을
they
몰랐습니다.
could not understand the true essence
더더구나
of Jesus.
창조주
in particular.
하나님
But I bet she does.
Oh, bull.
Here we go.
You heretic.
They
어떤
did not
분이신지도
understand truly
몰랐습니다.
Just
who
pause it
is
for a sec.
God the Creator.
어떻게
How
기독교 문명권 안에서
is it possible that within the Christian cultural
많은
realm,
나라들의
many
갈등과
nations
전쟁이 일어나게 됩니다.
endured conflict and wars?
The whole entire New Testament covers the persecution of the saints. And the Book of Revelation greatly covers it. What is she talking about?
Well, she clearly says that the spread of Christianity is due only to Britain as well. She focused on that. I mean, there were other colonial powers that were Christians as well, the Spanish and the French, and so the Dutch, the Portuguese, like just the fact that she focuses on just that one country does make me think that that's the direction she's coming from. Whether she'll say it or not, I don't know.
Shout out to the Olives, Alex, brother in Christ in the chat. We need her to explain Jesus to us, right, guys? Right? right? She's giving us hidden truth that all Christians before the Unification Church could not figure out. This is Mystery Babylon. This is Gnosticism.
Yeah,
It's false
it's like
gospel.
you can only learn this on my website, 1999
Yeah.
a month.
This is ridiculous.
(2차 대전 말에는)
At the end of the Second World War,
민주화 공산으로
due to the division between democracy and communism,
한반도는
the Korean Peninsula
남과 북으로
was divided
갈라졌습니다.
into North and South.
하늘의 섭리는 멈출
The
수가 없었습니다.
providence of heaven could not stop.
이스라엘 민족을 통해서 섭리를
And
하시고자 하셨던
So, she just said the providence of heaven couldn't stop the division of Korea like it could if it had wanted to.
I thought God was.
What happened to thy will be done?
Well, you have to remember, God isn't sovereign to them. Jesus Christ felt his mission on the cross, and Father Moon, the Reverend Sun Moon was going to complete it. So.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, in reality.
I know. If anybody's Christian and you're listening to this, you should really be thinking that the Unification Church isn't Christian. I mean, let's be real here. All right? What she's saying is blasphemy.
Accomplished through the people of Israel,
그들이 책임 못함으로 말미암아
was
그들에게는
frustrated, and because of
남아있기
the
때문에
failure to accomplish heaven's will,
Oh my
great
God!
indemnity was paid.
Good grief.
독생녀를 탄생시킬 수 있는 나라를 선택하셨습니다.
And heaven raised a nation
그것이
where the only begotten daughter would be born.
2000년
The what? The what? Oh, man. I can't even. Have you noticed she's not looking down? She's not reading from a script. She's choosing her words very carefully.
Da-na-na. You're looking, the Queen of Heaven, you're looking at Semiramis, you're looking at the spirit of Jezebel manifesting
Ishtar, all
itself.
that good stuff.
Manifesting
Everyone in
itself.
everyone in chat's been talking about, Israel means Isis, Ra, and Baal, or whatever derivation, splitting up the words you want. This is that person, according to them. So, enjoy. Have fun, everyone.
Oh boy. Look at this. Look at this heresy. Look at this piece of work.
전부터
And
수천 년을 거쳐
this
하늘이 보호하고 축복한
was possible because
나라가
Hi, Sophia. How you doing? I used to be a Gnostic. I know that the feminine Satan exists. The feminine fallen angel. How you doing? It's been a long time. Goddess worship's a thing, ain't it? Diana. Oh man, I tell you what, the brothers, they really told Paul, don't go fight against the crowd ripped up in a frenzy. Oh, worshiping Diana at the temple. Don't go preach the gospel to them, Brother Paul. Oh boy.
That took a turn. I wasn't expecting that.
I tell you what. Queen of Heaven, the false Queen of Heaven goes by many names. Someone mentioned Isis.
Yeah,
Isis,
that's
yes.
what. Yeah, Ishtar. That's what people
Ishtar.
are arguing over, semantics over what the name is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what specific name it goes by. It's all the same shit.
Jezebel Rising.
We don't people are just obsessing over. Oh, it's good. It's this name. It's that name. Does it matter? It's the same thing. You just heard it.
It's gone by many names, just like Satan's gone by many names.
Exactly. Got to keep changing your name when you get found
Interesting.
out.
Ed Kaufman says the only begotten daughter doctrine of Miss Moon is what makes Shauna Justin Moon furious. She thinks her bloodline is more important than her husband's bloodline. Yep. Jezebel Rising.
And that's, remember the whole, the Da Vinci Code and the Mary Magdalene bloodline and blah, 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 right? It's all that same junk.
Mm-hmm. Mother worship, Mary worship over Jesus. Mary's the intercessory, not Jesus. Same old lie has been told. Same old lie. That fork-tongued serpent. You could be as gods.
Heaven protected and blessed the nation of the Korean people.
한국은 전쟁을 싫어했으며
Korea
Look at that one dude on the right. He's not clapping. He's just like, what is this? What have I got myself into?
중요시 여기며
That
숭배했습니다.
really revered
그리고
heaven
부모를
and
공경하고
respected parents,
공경하는
respected
나라로
ancestors.
알려져 있습니다.
Korea is known as a nation that
지금도
respects and honors.
If anybody's a true Christian and they're watching and listening to this, even if they're under the delusion, you think the elect, some of them would snap out of them the moment she says she's the begotten daughter.
Yeah, for anyone who's just joining us, she just said she is the only begotten daughter. Just think about that. Just let that sink in, What?
Ancestors. And even now in Korea, you can see many families of 3 generations living together.
1945년에 이 나라가 해방이 됐습니다.
In 1945, Korea was liberated.
1950년에
And
이 나라에
in
동란이
1950,
일어났습니다.
the Korean War erupted.
이 한민족을 통해서
And through
기독교
the
기반
people
안에서
of Korea,
Pause it. You know what she's
within
going to do? She's going to equate the conflict between communism in North Korea and democracy in South Korea with some kind of holy war of totalitarianism versus democracy.
Yes.
And that's to fire up, as Trump called, the Patriots. Oh my God.
Old world versus new world, buddy.
Yeah, this is what a lot of people in chat were saying, like, oh, there's only one New World Order. Really? Really? You think so? You still think that?
foundation, in 1943, the only begotten daughter was born.
어찌하여
Interesting. Ed Kaufman in the chat. Many faithful long-term Moonies have a problem with the only begotten daughter talk from Miss Moon. That's interesting.
That's good.
How is
That's
it
good.
possible
세계에 알려지지 않은 작은 나라
that a nation, a small nation unknown to the world, how is it possible that 16 UN member nations mobilized together
이 나라의
to come and
민주주의를
defend
지켜주었을까요?
democracy in this nation?
이는
This
인간의 힘이 아닌
is not possible with human
하늘이
effort.
보호하사입니다.
Are you kidding me?
It is because heaven protected this nation.
창조주께서는 천지 만물을 창조하시고
God created heaven and earth.
시조를 창조한
And
후에
After creating the first human ancestors, God gave them a period of growth.
인간이
And
아름답고 건강하게
the hope of the Creator was for humanity to grow beautifully, reach perfection, become fruitful, and receive the blessing of heaven. This was
함께 하려 하셨습니다.
the ideal that God wished to accomplish.
그 꿈을 이룰 수 있는 마지막
And in order to realize this dream,
I don't see a
first
teleprompter.
time, the returning Messiah would return, and before this returning Messiah, the only begotten daughter would appear, and through the only begotten daughter, the advent of true parents would be realized. 2,000 years ago, during the time of Jesus, the Jewish leaders of the time and the people of the time could not embrace Jesus, and he walked the path of the cross. And those who failed in their responsibility paid tremendous indemnity. We are aware of the tremendous indemnity that was paid. Now, the time has come for Korea to fulfill its responsibility. Heaven
Dominionism.
wishes through the people of Korea
I can't pronounce the Greek.
to embrace.
He says, she's going to bring us the age of Aquarius. Yes, I know you just got here. They had a mixing of the waters of all religions ceremony at the beginning. Yes, she is going to bring you the age of Aquarius. That's all.
So here we have to the church of Thyatira in the book of Revelation. To the angel of the church of Thyatira write, these are the words of the Son of God, whose eyes are like blazing fire and whose feet are like polished bronze. I know your deeds, your love, your faith, your service, your perseverance, and your latter days are greater than your first. But I have this against you. You tolerate that wicked woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess. By her teaching, she misleads my servants to be sexual immoral and to eat food sacrificed to idols. Even though I have given her time to repent of her immorality, she is unwilling. Behold, I will cast her into a bed of sickness, and those who commit adultery with her will suffer great tribulation unless they repent of her deeds. Then I will strike her children dead, and all the churches will know that I am the one who searches the minds and hearts, and I will repay you each according to your deeds.
The world. For example, 100 years ago, Rabindranath Tagore of India, at the time when Korea was suffering the most, Rabindranath Tagore mentioned that on the day that the light will shine again on Korea, Korea will become the light of the East.
Oh, yeah. Bill Cooper talked about that a lot.
What does the light symbolize? It symbolizes the truth. It is the truth.
It symbolizes
that
the Masons say that
in the
too.
Darkness. It is the true word. And through the word, the people of Korea can unite as one, and through the word, in particular, I, in 2019, in Osaka, I suggested the launch of the Asia-Pacific Union. Thereafter, many nations are supporting this initiative. In particular, in Cambodia, Samdech Hun Sen is very supportive of this suggestion, and this time we are honored to have his participation in this historic rally of hope, and also we are launching the historic Asia-Pacific Secretariat, and they have the launching of the Asia-Pacific Secretariat of Think Tank 2022. And this is not possible just with human effort. we can see that heaven is working together with us. And heaven's providence is marching towards the perfection, the realization of the providence. And that is why, while true parents are alive on this earth, we need to realize the kingdom of heaven on earth.
She says,
Open wide the gates
marching,
of the
which is,
kingdom
course,
of heaven on earth.
militaristic.
Dominionism.
phraseology.
She gonna bring Jesus down, or she gonna bring Satan down. Is what she's gonna do. This is dominionism.
At this time. And all the nations around the world participating in this initiative are invited to recognize that heaven's blessings are upon us. And from a long time ago, this propitious time of the realization of the providence is upon us. And I want to recognize all of you as the righteous leaders raised by heaven.
Righteous. Ooh, and so Trump and all these other people are righteous leaders raised by heaven.
Yep.
AC Truth asks, what do true parents mean? I don't know. That was an interesting phrase she used.
Well, Mother Moon and Father Moon were the true parents. The true bride and bridegroom of Christ, according to the theology.
Oh, okay. Creepy.
True parents in particular and family federation had to begin from the humblest of positions because Christianity in Korea did not support us. We did our best, and for the past 60 years, we initiated the True Family Values movement, and we have multiplied blessed families all around the world.
I think their support of the United Nations might have something to say about that.
True.
Considering I thought overpopulation was a problem.
With one person taking on this tremendous task, it is not enough time for one person to accomplish this. But if those who received the blessing can also take on this task and fulfill their responsibilities, then unexpected, miraculous things will happen.
Mike in the chat, that's a novel concept, to be able to force God's hand, like God doesn't have a plan the exactly according to his own timing. Yeah, they don't believe in the divine providence of God the Father.
No, they believe he messed up when he let Korea get split up. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
For example,
아직 이 나라가
this nation
하늘 부모님의 뜻을
still
받드는 정치는 아닙니다.
has not reached the level of
Wow,
maturity.
Ed Kaufman in the chat. Miss Moon says her birth in 1943 as the only begotten daughter comes on the foundation of the 400 years since John Calvin's Reformation decree in 1537. Wow.
Huh.
In terms of politics, where the politics of Korea reflect heaven's will. However, in the name of true
Never
mother,
mind the rest of the world,
only
just
begotten
Korea.
daughter,
2013년 이후 7년간
following 2013, for 7 years,
7개국 나라를 복귀한 터위에
on the foundation of restoring 7 nations and 7 religious denominations, on the position of having accomplished continental restoration.
So she's rebuilding 7 nations. Doesn't that? What was that guy who after the September 11th, he was like, "We're going to go after 7 nations." I don't know. It's just interesting. Interesting little plan they got going
very
on.
much so.
restoration,
안착을 선포했습니다.
I proclaimed the firm establishment of 천일국.
하늘이
천일국.
바라고
This is what heaven has been yearning for. It is what
Heaven's yearning for her to do something. So, I admit 1543. Yeah, that'd have to line up. So, 1543, Calvinism, 1943. Moon says her birth is only begotten daughter. So ridiculous.
humanity yearns for. 천일국 is the nation where we are all one family under the heavenly parent.
벌어지고 있는
Today, when we look at
이루 말할 수 없는
all the unspeakable challenges and difficulties happening around the world, we can see many catastrophes and calamities happening. Furthermore, due to human
Capitalizing on
ignorance,
random natural events.
natural cataclysms are happening, and
Wesley
many
Clark.
innocent lives are being sacrificed.
Thanks, Adam.
Wesley Clark. Thank you, Adam.
Furthermore,
이건
the COVID-19
1년을
pandemic
넘게
has been
전
ongoing for
세계에
over a year,
하나됨을
and
방해하고 있습니다.
Even her silence is
Is
scripted. You know? She has this in her
disrupting
head. She's not reading.
the unity among peoples around the world.
이제
From now on,
참 부모는 그간 60년간
for the past 60 years,
한국을 출발하여
true parents began humbly in Korea,
미국은
and
특히
in particular,
하늘이
America
재림 메시아의
was raised by heaven to be a foundation for the returning Messiah.
400년간
And for 400 years, God
Dominionism.
blessed America.
For 400 years, God blessed America. Dominionism, 1,000 years of peace, QAnon.
그러나 하늘의
However,
섭리를 확실히 모르는
those who could not
미국
understand
또한 많은 문제를
the
낳았습니다.
providence
그때마다
could not fully embrace true parents'
미국을
work, and
세워서
many challenges
세계를
arose.
품고자 하시는
And God's will for America is for America to embrace the world. And because true parents
It's
understood
not the Great Commission or to believe in Jesus Christ and have faith in God the Father. No. It's be the policeman of the world.
the importance of America in God's providence, for 40 years, true parents invested
하늘이 축복한 나라로서
everything so that America could fulfill its mission and fulfill its responsibility before Heavenly Parent as the eldest son nation.
축복을 계속해서
For 40 years, true
나왔습니다.
parents have continuously blessed America.
이제
Now,
한반도의 통일은
the prospects of peace on the Korean Peninsula are excellent. It will
이
happen.
한반도로 시작한
Beginning on the Korean Peninsula,
태평양
a new
문명권의 문화는
culture
아시아 대륙을
of the
통해서
Pacific Rim civilization will expand throughout Asia and
활발히
around the world.
펼쳐 나가고
That's
있습니다.
a weird wording. The Pacific Rim civilization.
And this culture of peace
But like Lemuria
is
type stuff.
vividly and
Oh, look, they're drawing a heart.
actively expanding throughout the world.
대서양 문명권 시대와는 달리
And contrary to the era of the great Atlantic civilization, in the era of the Pacific Rim civilization, it will be characterized by
Oh, what you thinking, S90?
I'm thinking, okay, first of all, this sounds a bit like some Duganism type stuff where he's like, the land empire, or, yeah,
So
I
we
can't
have
do a Russian accent right
Duganism
now.
in here. We have hints of Atlanteanism. We have
like
that she's the queen.
Lemuria.
We have that she's the queen of heaven, Jezebel. We have
7 nations, like Olives was saying, it will have 7 horns and all that.
We have the British Israelism.
Completely. She says, the British Empire brought Christianity to the world, completely forgetting.
The original plan was for Reverend Soma Moon to be accepted as the second coming of Jesus in 1945 at the end of the World War II, but Christianity failed to receive Moon at that time. So
Rightfully so.
Maybe they'll receive Mother Moon.
They've done a lot of work since then.
Jezebel Rising.
Interdependence, mutual prosperity, universal values. It will bring together leaders, peace-loving citizens, religious leaders, and peace associates. Peace-loving citizens and leaders are coming together and participating in this initiative. I would like to once again warn this nation of Korea. Please do not look at the shadows. Lift high your gaze and look upon heaven and accept heaven's will. I hope that all of the political leaders of Korea can understand that for Korea to prosper, it needs to recognize heaven's will. This nation cannot be a secular nation that is only focused on human interests. It must become a nation that attends God as the heavenly parent.
Unification of church and state, unification of church and state, just like Bill Cooper said. He's like, if you, what religion will they pick to be the state religion? And he says, it doesn't matter, because if you don't believe it 100%, you will be persecuted and eventually eliminated.
Just political leaders, all of the people in this nation must become peace associates and
become a brown shirt today.
God, the heavenly parent, as blessed families. I hope that they can become filial sons and daughters and fulfill their responsibility, becoming blessed families, and also lead the realization of the Pacific civilization of peace to the corners of the world.
So what you've got the Pacific civilization versus the Atlantic civilization, if I'm hearing her correctly.
That sounds like Duganism.
It does, but he talked about the land empire versus the sea empire. Right, and she's talking essentially about 2 CM. It doesn't matter. The point is, you can sort of see that she's even saying there's a divide amongst the elite of this world. These people, those people would take you that direction. The Atlanticists would take you in a globalist communist direction, but we will, inhabit all the corners of the earth and lead you patriots to shared values, which sounds a lot like communism anyway, doesn't it?
So let me.
It's not a joke.
So let me ask you, S90, what's the takeaways from all this?
I feel sick.
Well, I mean, obviously, so I puke, but
yeah, I know. I'm just being facetious.
But I mean, so what do we have? We have the universal inversion baptism.
Oh, yeah.
Putting the waters ceremony together.
Mix your waters.
Mix your waters. Then we have Trump coming up. And Trump, sowing fear with nukes and COVID.
Calling out the patriots.
And then we have
Abe
coming out and pretty much sounding like just unveiling the New World Order of Love and Light. Just unveiling their plan, revelation of the method. Then we have good old Semiramis, good old Jezebel, good old Sophia coming out.
Declaring herself the only begotten daughter. That was the biggest part, I think.
Why all these evangelicals are all clapping and Trump, the Christian himself, Christian quotation marks?
Well, as I noted earlier, there are people on there who aren't clapping. There was one dude with his arms folded, like, what the heck is this? But they've got the clapping emojis in front of people, which it's an illusion, right? Mm-hmm. So some of these people may not agree with what they're saying. Like, I'm looking at some of these people, they're not clapping. Some of these people are looking away, looking down. One dude looks like he's got a constipated face going on. Like, I don't know.
And I can't really tell here, and I might be wrong, but there's the American flag and there's a Swiss flag, right?
Oh, it's too dark on my screen.
It looks like them to me. Maybe I'm wrong if anybody can go back and look, but that looks like the red, white, and blue, and that looks like the Swiss flag.
Well, we could do an image search maybe, and maybe there'll be still images with better lighting.
Nancy Drew asks, what is Trump's role in this meeting? What is he agreeing to? Well, possibly to be the helm of the new world order religion of love and light, to be the God Emperor Trump himself.
At the very least, he's sort of he's attempting to bring his supporters to this cause.
And legitimacy to this cause.
Yes, he's lending his name to this cause, and then attempting by doing so to bring his supporters into this fold and saying, like, I support this, I honor Mother Moon. This is a great cause.
I love the Washington
Patriots
Times.
should support this.
Yeah, Patriots should support this. Patriots unite.
So he's trying to, it's like if like all the mafia dons met up, right? All their people follow their lead, and then you'd have one big mafia. That's sort of what it is.
And you have Abe and Trump, best friends forever, right?
BFFs, yeah, exactly.
Best friends forever.
The crowd is as enthusiastic as WWE's Thunderdome.
That's very true, Gam. Yeah, God bless you, Gammy. Good to see you. So yeah, I mean, in closing, this was revelation of the method, and very few people are sadly going to see this.
Only those who are looking for it, right? And it's funny too how these events, like normally, like, you'd see I'll just use the term, leftist media, whatever, the leftist YouTubers would be all over the shape of the stage at CPAC and all this other junk, right? But you don't hear a peep about any of this.
No, not at all.
You don't talk, like, I haven't seen anyone talk about this yet.
From
the other side.
The progressives aren't going to talk about Sarah Gilbert addressing twice. But
oh, yeah. That was just so shocking to me that, because you have her being held up as like the queen of curing COVID with her jibbity jabbity Jew, jibba jabba do. And it's just, she gets a Barbie made after her and everyone celebrates her. But she's here. What's she doing here?
And Ed Kaufman in the chat also mentioned there has to be a strong love and light field in Miss Moon's events to counteract activities and rhetorics of her youngest son who leads the gun church. Yeah, the Rod of Iron Ministries, which is patriotism and QAnon and being platform on Bannon and yeehaw, get your guns. Get your guns, yeehaw, get your guns. Hope of New Day's Dawn said it could be the Chilean flag. That could be true. Could be true. Can't really tell. All right, everybody. Well, that's it. Trump at the helm of the one world religion of love and light.
Well, he's not at the helm. He's just like a lieutenant at this point.
Well, maybe. I guess we'll see. He's definitely going to...
He defers to the honorable Moon. He honors her.
Supposedly, but then again, Mo Brooks came out and said it was a second coming of Trump.
Yeah. Well, think about it. He'd be like a general, right? They still defer to the king, even though they're like, more of a forward-facing public front, and they do a lot of the work. They do more of the work, but in the end, they do the work at the behest of their leader.
Share this video, get it out to other people who discuss these topics, like Dr. June Knight, John Blanchett from E511 Ministries, Mike from On Point Preparedness, Dr. Deep State, and anybody else that you think of that discuss these topics of the oncoming New World Order of Love and Light. Get it out there. God bless everyone. Again, it's not too late to learn about Jesus, hear the good news, repent, and believe in Jesus Christ's sacrifice on the cross. It's not too late. Take care, everybody. God bless. Don't give it to the fear. God doesn't send us a spirit of fear of the world. He does send us a spirit of fear, which would be more accurate translation of awe of God himself, but not a spirit of fear of the world. He comforts us. So God bless everybody. Thank you. Be vigilant. Take care.